All right, welcome back to another Average Show's Fishing Show video. Today we're headed back in the woods after a big old buck. And if you've seen the last video, that was Tuesday the 11th. It's Friday the 14th today. We have the same snow. We didn't get any new snow. It actually's melted a little bit, which is not good. And yeah, anyways, I'm hoping to get in here and do lots of sitting and walking slow and grunting and see if I can make something happen. I got a tip that there was a buck in here last night, so I made sure I was early to the spot, the access point. I was about 40 minutes early, so probably in 15 minutes I'm gonna sneak in just before shooting time and then grunt a little bit before and see if I can't make something happen right away. And then if not, I'm gonna do a little bit of tracking. It's gonna be hard with the old snow, but at least if I can get on some fresh sign, then at least I know I'm in the right area. And then yeah, I'm gonna really utilize the grunt tube today because it's kind of cold-ish. It's like 0 - 1, but it was warm yesterday and the snow's melted, so everything's crunchy this morning. So if it's crunchy for us, it's crunchy for the deer. But I really like to utilize that grunt tube and work these areas slow and bring something to me rather than walk into something and then jump it potentially. So I think that's the plan. Start real slow, work into some fresh sign if I can find it, and use the grunt tube when I can. There's definitely deer in this bush. It's a really good piece. We hunt this during the first week, but I think a lot of new deer have moved in. Doesn't really seem like anybody's hunted it. And just up the road on Tuesday, a group we seen on the first week was still there, so all those deer potentially could be getting bumped down to here. Should be good. There was a real nice fresh scrape right at the start. Since then, I haven't had a whole lot of fresh sign. I'm on a really big buck track right now, but it's, could be 2 days old. It's been warm, the snow's been melting. Not ideal for tracking, but I'd like to just find some fresh sign. At least in on that area. Okay, there's a doe bed and the fawn bed, and they're sitting right on an old scrape. So if that doesn't tell you that the rut's starting, I don't know what does. Buck scrape. Yeah, sitting right here, top of this hill. First fresh track, and it's going the wrong way. But I think I'm finally getting into an area then that has a little bit more deer. Fresher sign. There was a doe and fawn bed up there by that scrape, and a fresh track right here. So keep my eyes open. Well, it's been maybe 45 minutes shooting time, and I really haven't seen anything even remotely good yet. So I'm kind of going along the edge of a swamp right now, but I think I'm gonna go straight up the mountain, get to some higher elevation and see if they didn't bed higher last night. And going that way is good for me because it's a west wind and that's west. So it's nice and open, good shooting here, and then it's gonna get real dirty and then open again. So we'll get up there to where we can see good and do some more grunting with the grunt tube. higher and starting to see a little bit more deer sign. Still not where I want to get to. It's getting real thick right here, and then on the other side it opens up. So let's get there and see what we can find. Alright, well, we jumped a deer. I never even heard it. I was going so slow. But, a real fresh track on the backside of this hill. Well, we'll go slow, grunt, and maybe run into him. This track here, it looks pretty fresh, but you can see it was last night because it's froze. If it was today, it would be all loose. So last night, but going this way, going over in there. All right, so the deer that I jumped earlier on this hill right over here may or may not have crossed the road right here. Obviously, I don't know if it's the same deer, but this track that I'll show you in a second, I literally just explained that there was a track that looked fresh, but it was frozen, so probably from last night. And this track is like fresh. Looks like a doe and fawn, so if that's the same deer that I jumped, probably a good thing that I didn't really see them, because I wouldn't have seen horns anyway. But yeah, I'll show you the fresh track because they crossed the road right in front of me off this hill. So I just walked in here, got out on the road, and I was going to make up some time and then go back in on the end here. And they must have maybe heard me walking the road. They were right beside me kind of the whole time, but they must have jumped in front of me because the road kind of turns here, and they crossed right here down to the swamp. So anyway, I'll show you this nice fresh track. So here's the runway, and tracks come across here. It's all fresh. all licking branch. Fresh dirt all the way back up into there. Oh, just throwing the dirt. Big buck track from last night. Look at that step. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. Look at that. That's a beauty. Oh, that's a big buck. Last night though, frozen. Today would be fluffy. That's frozen. But look how he goes here. He definitely was here last night. It's probably that buck that did that scrape over there. Whoa. That's a big boy. He's heavy. Big step. Wow. We're not going to see him today. But if we were here last night, oh, there was deer in here and I bet it would have been good. Well, we will walk this track and see what we can come up with between here and the truck. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. It's early afternoon now. It's been 6-7 hours in the bush. Getting hungry, getting thirsty. And yeah, I missed all those deer by about 15 hours, 16 hours or so. They were definitely in this piece of woods yesterday afternoon, evening time frame. The snow was soft, and then last night it got cold. And then this morning, all those tracks that were about a half day old were starting to freeze, and anything new would have been soft and it would have been all broke up, all the new stuff. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely a good area to explore. It would have been nice if those deer had been in there this morning, but they seem to have been moved out to a different area today. I did jump that doe and the fawn. Seen those tracks later on the trail and end up being a doe and a fawn, so that's okay. A couple deer in here, no bucks this morning, but I think definitely this afternoon there could be some, so I might come back out or I might not. We'll see. I'm gonna go grab some food, get something to drink, and then figure something out. If I don't come back out, that'll be the end of this one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned to the next one.